So now let's start with the next topic of this chapter, hardware, software and operating system. Now in these concepts we are going to learn what is the meaning of hardware, what is the meaning of software, which different operating systems we can use on the desktop computers as well as on laptop and on mobiles. Now, what is the meaning of hardware? So, hardware means the physical parts to which we can touch, the physical parts, physical components of a computer. Now, here the computer system has the different parts like monitor, CPU, keyboard, then mouse, then printers, motherboard. So, the parts to which we can touch the physical components, they are called as the hardware. In simple words, hardware are the parts which we can see, we can touch them, feel them. It encompasses everything with a circuit board that operates within a personal computer or laptop, including the motherboard, graphic cards, TV tuner cards, central processing unit, ventilation fans, webcam, power supply, and so on. So the physical part, the physical components of the computer, they are known as the hardware. Now here, hardware may be inbuilt or externally connected to the computer. Inbuilt means motherboard is inbuilt. Then on that certain capacitors are there, certain resistors are there, they are also inbuilt. So they are known as the inbuilt hardware, and the other parts which are connected externally like the speakers, printer, they are called as the external hardware parts. The next concept is the software. Software in short if you want to define, so it is nothing but the set of instructions given to the computer. So a program, what is the meaning of program? Program is nothing but the set of different commands which are given to the computer. So here it is also known as the software. The different applications which we install on the computer, they are in the form of software. This software helps us to interact with the computer in order to perform a particular task. For example, MS Office is the software which is used to type the letter. There are several sub applications in the MS Office like MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint. They are of different use. For example, MS Word is used to type the letters. Then you can type the certain research papers. Excel sheet is used for calculations. PPT, that is PowerPoint, is used for the presentations. So like that different softwares are used. So it is a generic term used to describe the computer programs. In short, if you want to define, hardware is nothing but the physical parts of the computer and software is nothing but the set of instructions given to the computer. Now the categories of software. The first one is open source software and second one is closed source software. Open source means what? It refers to the software which releases code in the public domain for anyone to use. Now suppose anyone software's application code if you want to see, so you have to right click on it when you open it in Internet Explorer, and there is option which is called as view source. So through that, when the source is open for all the public domain, that is for all the people, then it is called as open source software. The source code can be copied, modified or distributed by other users and organizations. As the software is open to the public, the result is that it constantly updates, improves and expands as more people can work on its improvement. So anyone can be copy, anyone can modify it, anyone can distribute it to the other organizations. Many states are following the FOSS policy. Now FOSS means free open source software policy. The Kerala is the state, the first state which adopted the FOSS policy. So free open source software means what? Anyone can able to copy, modify or distribute it. So it is enabled them to save the some million of rupees each year in licensing costs. Now this Kerala state, it is in news as they have adopted this policy and saved rupees 300 crores as a license fee for proprietary or closed source software. So open source in short means what? Which is free for public, for people. Closed source software, it is opposite to open source software and means that the software which is used by a proprietary or an organization and has a closely guarded code. Each code has their username and password, and it is confidential for that proprietary or the organization. Only the original authors of organization of a software can access, copy and alter that software. In case of closed source software, user has to purchase the software before using it. That means license copy the user has to purchase. Then only the person can able to do the modifications. But it is not in the case of open source, which is open for all, but closed source is closed for all, in short we can say. The types of software which are based on utility are: the first one is application software and second one is system software. Application software is a program or group of programs designed for end users. The software which the users use, they are called as application software. Like your word processors, web browsers, presentation software, spreadsheets, then Tally, Corel Draw, these are all the examples of application software. System software, it is nothing but the operating system, which is a communication media between the computer and the user. So it is a set of instructions which are required for a computer to work. For example, now the latest operating system is the Linux operating system. It is a program that allows different applications and various components of hardware such as monitor, printer, mouse or keyboard to communicate with each other. That means when each part is communicated properly, then only operating system works. Windows operating system, you are familiar with it. Windows Vista is the operating system. Now Windows 10 version has come. So latest versions are there. Then Macintosh operating system is there. Unix operating system is there. Like that, different operating systems are there, which is also called as the system software. So application software and system software, these are the two types of software based on utility. Now operating system. So now what is the meaning of operating system and how it works? What are the functions of operating system? It is a software program that empowers the computer hardware to communicate and operate with the computer software, where the hardware and software is combined together to perform a specific task is called as operating system. Another definition is it is a media, communication media between the computer and the user, which can be communicated with the help of hardware as well as software. Operating system boots up the computer and makes sure that everything is operational. So starting of the computer is the main function of operating system. Once operating system is installed, then you can able to boot the computer, and also it will check whether all parts are attached to the computer or not. This operating system also runs on cell phones and most of the electronic devices. The operating system usually comes preloaded on any computer, tablet, laptop or cell phone that you buy. That means when you purchase the computer or desktop or laptop, by inbuilt operating system is installed in that one, and when you purchase it, automatically it comes with your laptop. It is necessary to use the licensed operating system and not a copied or pirated one, which is very important. So always when you install operating system, then you have to use a licensed copy of that operating system. Now operating systems for personal computers. Now in this case, we are going to see for personal computers, the different operating systems which are used are: first one is DOS, which is called as disk operating system. It was dominant operating system for the microcomputers in the early 1980s and 1990s. For working with DOS, the user needs to know how to give the input commands using the command prompt window. Always DOS operating system comes with the command prompt and certain instructions, commands we have to type, and when we press enter, then the command is executed. So totally DOS operating system is based on command. There is no facility of icons or folders on that one. A user has to create the different folders or directories with the help of commands only. Now Windows operating system. It is a series of operating systems that are designed by Microsoft. The first two versions of Windows operating system, introduced in 1985 and 87 respectively, were primitive. Windows is the most commonly used operating system. After 87, the 95 version has come, then 90, 2000, then 2005, 2007, 10. So like that versions are there for Windows. Then Windows Vista is one of the operating system. Windows XP exponential version is one of the operating system. So these are the different versions of the operating system. Third one is Mac operating system. Apple corporations registered this operating system, which is called as Macintosh operating system. Short form is Mac. So you know the Apple's CEO Steve Jobs. So he has developed the Macintosh operating system. Next, Chrome operating system. Chrome means your Google Chrome. It is an open source operating system created by Google to create a better computing experience for people who spend most of their time on the web. So mostly to search the different types of information, the Chrome operating system is used. Unix. Unix was trademarked in 1969 by a group of AT&T employees at Bell Laboratories in America. It is a multitasking, multi-user computer operating system. So AT&T employees at Bell Laboratories, they invented this operating system. And the last one is Linux. Again, it is open source operating system, portable, multi-user means many times many users can work at a time. Many tasks can be done at a time. So multi-programming, multi-user, multitask operating system. It is very similar to other operating systems such as Windows, and a source code is available to the public. People can able to see the source code of this operating system. If they want, they can copy. If they want, they can modify the code of the operating system. So DOS, Windows, Macintosh, Chrome, Unix and Linux, these are the operating systems for personal computers. Now operating system for mobile phones. Now mobile is one of the latest devices which most of us use. So Android, this is very famous operating system. Android is free and open source operating system provided by Google. It is the most popular operating system among all. And automatically when you update it, then the next versions installed on the phones. Asha is used by Nokia phones. This is a closed source operating system. That means code is not given in the public. The people can't able to access the code or view the code. BlackBerry, this is again a closed source operating system for smartphones and the tablet devices. iOS, it is the Apple's closed source operating system for Apple iPhone, iPod, touchscreen, iPad and screen generator Apple's TV. So always in that whatever Apple products are there in that iOS, this operating system is installed. Next, Windows Phone. It is developed by Microsoft as a closed source operating system for mobile phones. So Android, Asha, BlackBerry, iOS and Windows Phone. These are the famous operating systems for mobile phones. Now introduction to GNU or Linux. GNU not Unix. So here GNU Linux is a family of operating systems that are created by various companies, organizations and individuals. It is created by using free software philosophies. That is, again, it is a free open source operating system. So this means these operating systems are usually free of charge, free to distribute, and they are open source, means public can able to view the code. It also allows the user to program their own features or fix the problems and help the developers. This results in higher quality code and more secure programs. That is why the Linux is used as the predominantly backbone of the internet. Most websites that user visits run on GNU or Linux. In fact, 2018 and all the world fastest 500 computers, they run on the Linux operating system. World's fastest computers, they use Linux. Why? The features we are going to see. Ubuntu is one of the most popular Linux distribution. There are two main ways to interact with the computer. The first one is GUI, that is graphical user interface, and second one is CLI, that is command line interface. So these are the two backbone of Linux operating system. Graphical user interface. The graphical user interface is when the user interacts with the computer using images, icons, and dialog boxes. The GUI is called as genome. So the name of the GUI is genome. The left bar of the panel is called as GUI. There are shortcuts to the programs as well as currently open programs. The top bar has the date and time. We are going to see the screen after this. If it is clicked, the menu will pop up with the calendar and notifications. The top right side shows the user's battery, and if a laptop, network information, an option for login, restarting and shutting down of the computer. At the bottom left, there is an icon for the application menu. Clicking on it will show a list of all the applications installed on the computer. The search option is used for quick search of the application, and the home folder is where all personal documents and settings are saved. Now see here in the diagram, on the left hand side you can able to see all the folders. This is a menu where we can able to see all the application programs installed. In between, this is the clock and calendar and the notifications we will get. If the user wants to move this, you can move this with the program also. Right hand side is the system menu where the restart, shutdown and log off buttons are there, where user can able to see the battery life, how much battery is left. So all the information you will get. Then there is a second point, there is a CLI, that is command line interface. So as you click on this application buttons, you will get a search bar where just by typing it you can able to open the program. Command line interface is when the user interacts with the computer using text. This is done by typing the command in a terminal. The default CLI on Ubuntu is 18.04 and is called as bash. So like GNOME, it is called as a bash. It is a command processor that runs in a text window where the user types commands that causes the actions. That means when the user types certain commands or application name, immediately the application opens. The commands are the programs that run when user types the command name. So GUI, graphical user interface, and command line interface, these are the two main parts of the Linux operating system. Now why to use the GNU or Linux? As the first reason is Linux is free and open source, so anyone can able to copy or modify the code. It is a free from viruses, very important. Like your Windows operating system, if we install something, then immediately virus attacks if there is no antivirus program. But the most important feature of Linux is it is a free from viruses. Virus attack never attacks on the Linux operating system. Easy to keep all the software up to date as it has a facility for updations, so always the software is up to date. If any code comes newly, then automatically it's updated. It is flexible and easily customizable, so wherever user want to keep their icons, so easily they can arrange it wherever they want. That's why it is flexible, and according to the user's choices, he can or she can customize it also. And excellent support. So whenever we require, we get the excellent support with the help of Linux operating system. So they are in front of us. So whenever we want to ask something, then through the certain applications we can able to ask the questions. So excellent support is given by Linux operating system. That's why the Linux operating system nowadays, the most world's fastest computer, they based on the Linux operating system.